Hello, I'm now sat with James from Mitchells Wines, who you've probably seen plenty of times before on our channels and on his social media. But today we're going to find out a little bit more about himself and about the shop, obviously. But I'm going to ask some questions that perhaps I don't even know, so there's plenty of people that don't know. First question being, how did you end up running, managing, supervising Mitchells Wines? Like, how did you end up in the cigar industry?
So I think it all started when unfortunately COVID happened. So I was a chef at the time, which I'd been doing for about 16 years. And basically got furloughed from my job. And we just had our first daughter. So it was, I spent quite a bit of time with her at home while Frankie was here running the shop.
Right, okay.
And having that much time at home, it would just kind of made me realise that there was more to life than doing sort of 90-hour weeks in the kitchen all the time. So Frankie sort of said, do you want to come and work at the shop? And my first sort of thing was, well, I don't know anything about wine, whiskey, cigars, anything.
So you knew
really.
Nothing through her?
Only like basic stuff through like chefing, knowing kind of pairing wines and things with food, but not like in any detail. So then sort of after that, we got, I've sort of moved over to the shop, had like a crash course in Scotland. I think we did about 20 distilleries in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Just going to each one. Yeah, it was.
Can you remember any of it?
A little bit, but some of it's like ingrained into me now. We've done like a fair few since, but yeah, it was sort of quite intense for the first.
Yeah, I can imagine.
First sort of month or two. And obviously it's quite a busy shop, so it was full on.
Carnage.
But fun. And it was just nice having a kind of normal life really than just being underground.
I didn't know you were a chef. That was a fun fact I didn't know.
Yeah, so I did quite a lot of training in London. Sort of left home when I was 16.
Just to be a chef. That's what you always wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And then just went from there really.
Do you miss chefing?
I miss like the service aspect and the banter in the kitchens and stuff, but the hours and the
it's long, it's hard, isn't
weekends,
it?
hours, and so I don't miss that too much.
No. So when you say Frankie obviously introduced you to here, so what does she have to do with the shop? Did you say it's family run from her
so
side?
Frankie's fourth generation in the family.
Okay.
So her great grandfather opened it originally.
That's so cool.
And then sort of, I think it opened in 1935 as a beef and beer off.
We laugh because the last time we tried to talk about this, it went completely wrong. It was beef and beer off, beer and beef off.
Got it all mixed up.
It was all mixed up.
Yeah,
you got
it was terrible. So it started off as that, and then sort of over the years they opened, like the more of the off license became like main part of the shop, and then it sort of transformed, I think, in the late 50s. And John Mitchell, Frankie's dad, was like the main reason for all of that. So he did a lot sort of for Sheffield's wine industry. Won multiple sort of awards, a Lifetime Achievement Award and things like that. So sort of quite famous in the Sheffield world. And then we sort of moved into cigars, I think, in the late 50s, and sort of never looked back since really.
Well, that is a good thing. That's a good thing for everyone involved.
Absolutely.
When you talk about Sheffield, that leads me on to talking about the area. Obviously, it's always been here, like you said, it started here. How do you feel the shop fits into Sheffield? And obviously you must have regular customers now that know this place. Like, do you feel like you're part of the furniture of Sheffield now? Yeah,
I think obviously because we've been here so long, a lot of people do know of us. Obviously there's a lot of challenges around, supermarkets and things like that, and obviously other competitors. But we've always been here and sort of part of the furniture as such.
I suppose people will probably have the same as you. They'll have generational, memories. Their granddad came here and then their dad came here. So
we get a lot of sort of like the sons or daughters of of the grandfathers who used to come
really
in and
sweet.
say, "Oh, my dad used to shop here, and my granddad." So it's quite nice to see sort of people moving through.
So just going back into your journey into the cigar industry, you've been on one of our tours.
I have, yeah.
So I now class you as a cigar expert with New World Cigars when it comes to that. How have you found, since joining, like your love of cigars develop? Like obviously going out and seeing the factories makes a big difference, doesn't it? And you're dealing with people that also have a passion, you're sharing a passion. But how have you seen that change in yourself since being here?
It's quite strange because when I first started here, obviously we've always had quite a few Cuban cigars, and then we sort of probably only had 4 or 5 New World cigars at the time.
Yeah.
And it was only when I went to the Ignite show that Helen, obviously from Tour, sort of said, "Oh, you should come along and see what it's all about." So I was quite very new into the industry at that point, especially the cigar side.
Yeah.
And it sort of opened up my world of cigars.
Yeah.
You know, we ended up, I think, bringing home about 250 new lines in the first show.
Wow.
So it was quite a change. Quite a change. We literally had to build about 2 or 3 new humidors just to house them in. So but yeah, what I really loved about it was like the community. Yeah. You know, when I first turned up on that Friday night for the tour barbecue, I literally didn't know anyone except Helen.
Oh, well, she's a good person to know at barbecue.
Yeah, she made me fit in well. So, but it was people that are sort of competitors, which we don't really say that. You know, they're more friends. That sort of took me on really, and just sort of got me part of the group, and
that's really nice.
And really made me feel welcome, I guess. And
so what did you think of like the tour as a whole? Obviously you've been on it, a lot of our customers have been on it. We've done our 10th tour this year, which is crazy. And the Scott's been out there every year for 10 years, which must be nice, mustn't it? The perks of the job. Absolutely. What did you think of it as a whole in terms of like, did you learn a lot? Did you find it very educational? Yeah,
I think the main thing for me was just seeing all the agricultural side, the factories, how much work goes into cigars, and you know, the people you meet. It's just amazing. They're so humble, and I use Nick Padermo as an example quite a lot, but you know, the amount of people he has to deal with every day, and he never forgets, you know. He's great like that. You just walk in and he'll remember you from the one time you've met, and I think especially like in the UK, people don't have that kind of relation with people, and it was just an incredible experience, full on, lots of factories, busy. Lots of plantations,
really busy,
but just one of the best experiences ever.
So talking of Nick, last year I think you celebrated a milestone for your shop.
Yes.
And you did a collaboration with Nick's brand. So do you want to talk a little bit about how that came to happen? Because that's crazy. Like, you're so lucky. It's very limited that Nick does things like that.
Feel like super privileged to have it. I don't know how we ended up getting it. It was just one of them like unbelievable things, really. But I think we were very lucky that Nick and Janine came to the shop. I think it was probably 3 years ago now, and we sort of took them upstairs. We had a cigar.
Nice.
We ordered in some like local Sheffield pork sandwiches.
Yeah, the full Sheffield experience.
And I think because they were used to being sort of wined and dined in London for a few days, it was a bit of a change for them. We just had a really nice chat, got on really well, and then sort of went from there. I went down to London, that got invited to kindly by Scott to have like a private dinner with Nick and Janine and a few other retailers. We're really lucky to try the 30th anniversary at the time, which was really good. And then obviously went on the tour. Saw Nick again, and we sort of met obviously a few times. Oh, sorry, the tour was just before. And when we were talking about our 90th anniversary, we wanted to sort of have a cigar made just for us, something a bit different. and obviously to celebrate the 90 years.
Yeah.
So I messaged Scott sort of saying, what's the chance of getting a Perdomo cigar for us, because we had such a good connection. And Scott sort of said, I don't think that's going to be possible, purely because Nick doesn't do private blends for anyone really, except a couple of places in the US. So I sort of didn't think anything of it, and I was sort of thinking of other things to do. And then I got a phone call from Nick saying, I'll do it for you.
Oh, so, I bet you were absolutely buzzing, I
couldn't believe it, and even though he said he would do it, I was still like, oh, if this
until it arrives.
Until it arrives. I'd be super surprised. So Nick sent over some samples for us. We tried a few different ones, sort of sent back what we were, what we wanted to have. And then Nick and Arthur, who's the marketing director, I think, he got in touch with us, and Nick sort of said, I want to do everything. I want to do the box, the bands, the whole thing. So literally,
you got full VIP.
Yeah, we literally got the best experience ever.
That is amazing.
So that arrived sort of May last year, and I think we had 250 boxes. And they went one step further and did us the Maduro, the SG, and the Connecticut.
Wow.
So originally we were just going to have the Connecticut.
That is so cool.
So yeah, we're almost, we're over halfway through of what we had.
I was going to say, how many boxes you got stashed at home?
I've got a few at home. A few stashed everywhere just to make sure we don't run out. But the Maduro's been really, really popular.
That's really cool.
And they all have actually. So yeah, very privileged to.
Well, anyone
to have
that
them.
knows Perdomo knows the quality of their cigars, and a Perdomo cigar smoker is normally like a super fan. What is it, Perdomo Army, isn't it? There's a whole hashtag and everything. So now you're part of the Perdomo Army now, just with your name on it, which is really, really cool. Because like you said, he doesn't do that with people. That's not like a regular thing. So you must have made a special mark.
When they arrived, I think we had about 100 boxes for first arrival, and we just stacked them all up. It was just like,
that's so cool,
unbelievable to see.
That's amazing.
So
when you said that Nick, obviously I'm using Nick as an example, he came here after having the London cigar experience, where we all know is very like lavish, it's exciting, it's very London, isn't it? Very British. So you're saying coming here is a bit different. How do you feel when people, or what do you want people to feel when they come to your store? Like, what's the vibe of your store?
I think the main thing we want is people to feel relaxed. We do have a huge selection, so it can be quite overwhelming for people.
Yeah, huge store.
Yeah, I think we have around 3,000 wines, like over 1,000 whiskies, probably over 1,000 cigars now.
Easy.
So yeah, I think the main thing is to sort of connect with someone as they come in, sort of help them find their feet of where they want to be, and then we can help them if they need it, and it's very relaxed and not too formal. Yeah,
because I suppose some people, well, from what I know experience wise, new smokers or people that are quite sort of novice in the cigar industry might feel a bit overwhelmed going into somewhere that's very lavish and smart. It's a beautiful space, but they think, oh God, there's like thousands to choose from and I don't want to look a fool. A lot of people when they first start cigar smoking, they're worried that, am I cutting it right? Am I lighting it right? They feel a little bit, but I don't get that from this place at all. I feel like, coming in, because it's very laid back and it's very easy going, everyone's chatty, I feel like if you're new to cigars, you can come to the store and not feel, oh God, like
what do I do?
I think some people can have that, so that's a really nice vibe to have here. So talking of the store again, how has things developed, or how have things developed in the last sort of few years in terms of expansion? You said that you started off with like 4 ranges of New World cigars, and now you've got God knows how many. So how is that expanding, and how are you getting on, with future plans?
I think obviously it's been very successful for us, which has been really good. So we do like monthly events with the New World cigars, and we're very keen to keep that going. I think we've been doing it for 3 years now. And we have a really nice crowd there. People come from all walks of life. people come, literally finish painting, and then they'll come, all the electricians come in, you know, and they all come in their work
Straight
gear.
from work.
Yeah, so it's very relaxed, and we do feel that's quite important in Sheffield, because we just want people to be like that. So, but yeah, progression wise, that's been a big part. We've invested a lot in humidors. We obviously have a lounge now next door. And yeah, it's progressing nicely. Yeah, we sort of ventured into pipe tobacco a little bit as well.
Nice.
So that's something that we're working on.
I was going to say there must be some pipe. I keep looking out. I'm looking out into Sheffield. That's why I keep looking that way. There's a window. But there must be people in Sheffield, because of this being like an old store, that would perhaps expect pipe tobacco here.
Yes.
You know, because that's a very traditional version of smoking, isn't it? So
yeah, we've always done like a little bit, but never really like had a proper range. So we are sort of expanding that slightly, not to the level, you know. I'm not going to come back. Well, you never know. But
I do full circle and pipe tobacco just takes off and you're ready.
Yeah, but at this point, you know, we probably have a selection of like 10, whereas you know, coming back from the Ignite, I had like 250 cigars. So I think I'm going to take it a little bit slower.
Take it slow.
Yeah.
Talking of Ignite, are you going this year?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a couple of months away. I thought I'd give it a special mention because we will be there, and we've all received emails this week saying that the prep for the tour booth has started. So I expect to see you on there. Yeah. But finally, one more question.
Yep.
This is, you know, I want the good and the bad.
Okay.
What are the challenges you have running this store now in 2026? The good and the bad. Like, what do you have that's challenging in your job?
It's a good question.
On the spot.
I think definitely the challenges are, you know, the ongoing price increases from suppliers, also from the government aspect side of things with duty rates and you know, versus Europe prices.
The bane of our life.
So that's always a challenge. Obviously the competition is growing all the time, which is healthy, but also, you know, you have to keep on your toes.
Yeah, there's a good amount of competition.
So that's, you know, I would say they're like the biggest challenges. Things like business rates and things. That's, you know, hurtful, unfortunately, at the moment. So yeah, that's, I would say they're the biggest things. You know, there are good things as well. You know, I think the way people are adapting to different spirits and things. You know, whiskey was very big 2 years ago. People are getting to like tequila, which, for example, we've got our first tequila tasting night on Thursday.
That's really cool. Everyone's leaving hammered.
So that's going to be really good.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then even sake is becoming quite big. So the market's changing all the time, and it's really enjoyable kind of seeing trends move and things like that. So yeah, that's really fun.
Well, thank you for your time today.
No, thank you for having me.
It's nice to be back in Sheffield from my little spot in Norfolk. I'm venturing out.
And it's not snowing. So
and it's not snowing, and the weather's actually lovely today. So but thank you, and I'll see you in a couple of months at Ignite.
Absolutely, looking forward to it.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.